My name is Heidi Knight, and I am somebody who struggles with chronic insomnia and has been since the end of 2018. And I went on medication for it in 2019. I still am taking it, but I would like to be off of it. I just noticed the more I take it, the more the side effects I feel. So this channel is to share my journey with others who struggle with insomnia as well, hopefully to inspire you, to give you my tips and tricks of what I've learned so far, and to document my journey on getting off my medication. But why I am on medication and why you might be as well, we might as well make the most of it. And there are some things that I've learned that disrupt my medication and things that I do and take that don't pair well with it, and it will mess it up completely to the point where I am just wide awake and the medication is not doing its thing. Yeah, my medication, I've noticed, needs encouragement. It needs support. It needs things alongside of it to help it reach its fullest potential in order for it to work well. Yeah. So this list is what specifically I've noticed that doesn't work well with my medications, and maybe you can take this information and apply it to your medication and see what does, what doesn't work well with yours, what doesn't encourage it, and what keeps you wide awake if you take that with your medication. Take this information and do what you want. The medication I am taking is called Seroquel, and it's actually not specifically for insomnia. It's an antipsychotic, and no, I'm not crazy. So this list is to hopefully help you in some type of way. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I've noticed that really disrupts my sleep is any other type of sleep aids. This one might be common sense because a lot of them do say on the back, do not mix with other sleep aids, sleep medication, but it might be useful information. And this is pretty much anything that supports sleep. This is like ZzzQuil, NyQuil, Benadryl. This is also any companies that make sleep aids. One that I used to take from a company called Thrive, they make these really awesome supplement shakes and vitamins that really help your health and your body and help it get the vitamins it needs. But they came out with a sleep aid called Rest. And this is what I took. Basically, you take it apart, you rip it open, you put it underneath your tongue, and you hold it there for about a minute. And it worked okay. But taking it with my medication definitely is not a good idea. It really disrupts it. It really makes me more groggy than I should be. It definitely takes away from being able to fall asleep. Something else I've tried with it is the Kirkland brand sleep aid. And honestly, this is its own video that could be done. But that I've noticed definitely messed up my sleep. It's honestly a powerful supplement anyways. It's honestly interesting how they have something this strong over the counter. But yeah, definitely do not take it with medication. At least I suggest don't take it with your medication. It will very much disrupt it. Switching it up for lighting purposes. I still don't think it's a little dark. Anyways, we're gonna go with it. The second thing I've noticed disrupts my sleep, and this almost goes with number one, but a little different, and that is basically other supplements and other medications that don't partake in sleep. And some are okay, some aren't. So what I've noticed specifically is my iron supplements. I am anemic and have been that way since middle school and taken iron supplements since middle school. But I need to take my iron supplements at least 2 to 3 hours before taking my sleep medication. Something else I've noticed disrupt my medication that actually was told that it wouldn't is my birth control pill. So that I wanted to take in the evening so that I had a time I knew I could take it consistently, but I can't do it. It won't pair well with my medication, so I specifically take that in the morning. Yeah, and not to discredit the doctors or anything or say that what they say is false. It's just that each body is different, each prescription's different. You just might need to just experiment with yours and see what does not like to be paired with your medication. A good way too that I've noticed that if something does not pair well with my medication is if I go to bed, I've already taken my sleep medication and I'm awake for half an hour to an hour and I still can't fall asleep, I'm wide awake. I check my heart rate, and if it's going fast, that's usually a good indication that something didn't pair well with it. The third thing that does not pair well with my medication is alcohol. That one might be common sense too, but I know I need to not take alcohol, drink any sips of it between 2 to 3 hours. That seems to be the magic number is 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. It just doesn't pair well with it. It really makes me jittery, makes my heart race fast before going to bed, and it's known that alcohol disrupts your quality of sleep. It might be able to help you fall asleep, but it really disrupts the quality, so I just recommend staying away from it completely. I usually drink it every now and then with my husband on a special occasion. It's usually a glass of wine, but yeah, not often, just because I just don't want to mess up my sleep more than it should be. The next thing I'm going to get into all kind of falls under the same thing, and that is anything I do that gives me a high heart rate, anything that really spikes that. And one thing that I've noticed I can't do is have a high intensity workout, anything like cardio, weight training, or running before going to bed, because I feel like medication really just wants you to be calm and at peace. And again, it needs that encouragement. It needs you to just do what it needs. It needs you to compliment it and tell it it's gorgeous. It's sad, but it needs it. And yeah, exercise, I've just noticed, really disrupts that sense of calm. Now, if I'm playing with my stepdaughter, or if I just came home from work, which is a waitress job, I'm usually okay. That's fine. It's just really high intensity workouts. Something else I've noticed too, and that I can get in trouble with this a lot, is having a sense of urgency, having that mindset as I'm going to bed. And I get in trouble with this because, again, I have an evening job, and when I come home, I think of everything that needs to get done before tomorrow comes, and I want to rush and get it done. I usually like to wake up to a clean house, so I'm trying to clean everything. I'm trying to get my daughter's lunchbox packed. I am just trying to make sure we're ready for tomorrow, and that can be very detrimental to my sleep. So I've been having to tell myself when I come home, maybe still get some things done, but really think about what's more important. And as I'm getting those things done, I try to pray, I try to meditate, I try to listen to calm music, or just talk with my husband or my daughter, and just be in a calm state and know that everything's gonna be okay. It doesn't necessarily have to get done. It can get done another time. Yeah, and I know that's easier said than done because, life is different and you never know what each night's gonna throw at you. But yeah, doing the best I can to go to bed with that calm mindset, with my heart rate lowered and it not being so fast. And then the last thing, obviously something that can spike your heart rate, is anxiety. I'm not that person with high anxiety, but I've definitely gained it over the years, and definitely gained it when it comes to specifically sleep. I have definitely gained the fear of not being able to fall asleep, and that had increased tremendously before I started taking my medication, and that's honestly what kept me up at night. And I remember just laying there, my body ready to fall asleep, being so exhausted, and then just having this panic of not being able to fall asleep, and that jolting me back up. So my medication has helped with that a lot, but I definitely notice I need to do my best to be calm and get those thoughts as best as I can out of my head. Again, that's easier said than done, but to just make sure I pray and make sure that I'm doing what I can, whether that's listening to something calming like an audiobook, a devotion, that I am doing my best to get my mindset in a calm place before. And honestly, sometimes I can be anxious, so I gotta get calm. And another way I've learned to cope with that is by taking my medication when I go to bed. Now, I know a lot of doctors recommend taking your medication half an hour to an hour before you go to bed, but I needed to specifically take mine when I got into bed. And the reason for that is I just needed to know that I was in a calm space, that everything was controlled, like in a controlled environment. It's knowing that everything is good, everything is done when I need to get done, and nothing else could. I mean, obviously other things can happen at that point, but more than likely nothing else can happen that will spike my heart rate, and I'm at peace and I can go to bed and I can fall asleep. Yeah, I just realized people with babies, I don't know how you do it and have insomnia. That's gotta be another challenge in itself, but you're awesome. If you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Bye.